Today's experiment is specific gravity and water content of fine grained aggregates. Fine grained aggregates, specially we refer to sand, which is used in an important part of the concrete. We generally use sand, water, cement, and coarse aggregate and fine aggregate in concrete. And one of the components is sand, and its specific gravity plays a major vital role in the determining the grade of the concrete. Okay. So, what is specific gravity of the sand? Specific gravity can be defined as the ratio of weight of the aggregate in air, weight of the fine aggregate here in air, to the weight of the equal volume of water displaced by saturated surface dry aggregate. This is very important. Means if we write in a formula manner, in the numerator we will have weight of the aggregates in the air, means sand. Suppose you take 500 grams, then 500 grams of weight divided by weight of equal volume of water replaced by saturated surface dry aggregate. So what is saturated surface? The denominator weight is weight of water. Remember this. Denominator weight is weight of water. Numerator weight is weight of soil sample. What important term is saturated surface dry aggregate. It is generally the when we collect sand from a sand pit or what. Generally, sand is not in a dried condition. It absorbs some moisture from the nature. That is called saturated surface dry condition. But in lab we create this condition in a different manner. We will not show the how to create the saturated surface dry sand. But we just assume that means just know that saturated surface dry sand means the sand available in natural condition in any sand pit or what. Sand pit or any construction site means there sand is not completely dried. It has some moisture in it from the nature. That is called saturated surface dry aggregate. If you write in this formulae, it is the formulae of the specific gravity of sand will be like this. Specific gravity G is equal to D divided by C minus whole A minus B. What are the notations? D is equal to weight of the oven dried sample. We will go into the experiment and take note of each and every component and equipments. But first, just have a brief idea what is we are going to do. What weight of oven dried sample? D is equal to weight of oven dried sample. C is the weight of saturated and surface dry aggregate or sand. Here the aggregate is sand. Fine aggregate. A is equal to weight of pycnometer. There is an instrument called pycnometer. We will go. You can see this is a pycnometer. Weight of pycnometer plus sample sand plus water. We will go into detail and know what are the detailed procedure. But for now, know this. Weight of pycnometer plus sample plus water is A. B is equal to weight of pycnometer plus water. Pycnometer plus water, no sample is there. Then we will have a tabulation like this. Mass of saturated surface dry sample, what is? We will take as per our own convenience. Generally it is taken as 500 grams. Mass of pycnometer containing sample plus filled with distilled water, that is here. We will go into the experiment and know. Mass of pycnometer filled with distilled water only. In no sample, only distilled water, that is B. Mass of oven dried sample D. Oven dried sample mass can be determined after 24 hours after completing the primary experiment. Then the formula will be like this: G is equal to D by C minus A minus B. So this is the just brief theory. Then we are going to show the equipments used in this. Come closer to the equipments. See, this is the first equipment. এটা হচ্ছে যে equipment দ্বারা picnometer. This is picnometer. This is used for for specific gravity of soils and aggregates. We can use various equipments, but for this particular test, we are going to use picnometer. We can use density bottle and density bottles and normal glass container. But for this particular test, we are going to use picnometer. This is standard equipment used in labs. This is a wash bottle filled with distilled water. You take distilled water, funnel, measuring flask, filter paper, another tray, a stirrer, and another thing is oven for drying of the soil or sand or whatever. You will need a oven. Here it is a oven. Okay. So now we will go to the before that also for sample is surface. This is the pre-surface dried sample of sand. It is already in a surface dry condition, so we are not going to demonstrate how to do surface dry. You can talk it later, but this sand is already in surface dry, saturated surface dry condition, means in natural condition. Means it is not completely dry. There is some little amount of moisture present in it, but it is not completely saturated either. It is it is in a free running condition. There are moisture in it, but it is not forming lumps or forming particulated material like this. It is in free running condition. So this is surface dry condition, but it has certain minimum amount of moisture in it. Okay, stop this. We are going to start, but before that I am telling one thing. What is this specific gravity? What is the physical significance of the specific gravity? Actually, specific gravity denotes how dense the material is. If density you may know, but specific gravity is like it's unitless. It is constant. Density may vary according to units, but specific gravity is constant. Means if I say that specific gravity of this particular sand is say 2.64, that means it is we know specific gravity of water is 1. It is 2.64 times of heavier than water. You can say in a layman language like that. Similarly, which have more specific gravity than water, which particular objects or materials have more specific gravity than water, that is 1. They are more dense than water. Which have less specific gravity than water, say like different kinds of oils, they have 0.1, 0.5, 0.9 specific gravity. That means they are less dense than water. If you throw some oil onto water, it will float because it has less specific gravity than water. If you throw some sand or some like iron or something, they will sink immediately because they have more specific gravity than water. The specific gravity is in a layman or in a simpler language, it is denotes how dense a particular metal as compared to normal water. Now we are weighing the saturated SSD or saturated surface dry sand. We will take 500 grams of sand. We are already weighing. Remove something. Okay, exact. This 500 grams of saturated surface dry sand, we can note it down right now. We have a tabulation. Mass of surface dry sample is 500 grams. Then the next step is to fill the soil or sand into the picnometer and add water. We'll fill it gradually. Total soil will be filled, that 500 grams. Some sand spilled out, but you take care not to do this. This should not be like that. We will then collect it, and it should not. It is a mistake. By mistakenly, it has gone out, because it will affect, because we have taken 500 gram. It will be less by 1-2 grams. Then it will be showing the wrong result. Keep that in mind. Okay, complete. Now next step is to add distilled water into the sand inside the pycnometer. First we add a little amount of water, distilled water. Distilled water, we will use little amount of distilled water, then stir it, so that water bubble, air bubbles present in the sand will come out, and it will be free from bubbles. Hold on that. Now we will stir it. For stirring, we should use a glass rod, but now it is not present, so we are using something, a normal rod. Stir it properly, then stir for some time. Any air bubble present will be coming out. Stirring, we then added, we are adding more distilled water to fill up the pycnometer. Then we will stir it again, then close the lid. Hold that much. Stir it again. Not tinted. Okay. Close the lid, and there is a opening in the pycnometer. We have to fill the water till this level. And then holding the cap, holding the lid with our finger, we have to shake it well. This much. Now shake it, then again we will fill. एबे चेक कर दियो चेक ना फुल हवा पूर्व चेक कर देव जो जाफल कि वाटर आउ बाहरी जाए बाहर कि वाटर हाँ बाहरी जाऊ कि असुविधा नहीं से बाहर बाहरला पोछि सारा पर देन अगेन फिल कर पूरा है नो इश्यूज इट इज द प्रोसीजर during this procedure some water may come out. We'll take care of that. We'll wipe down the water outside of the pycnometer. Wipe down the water outside the pycnometer and again fill up this up to top. Wipe the pycnometer with a dried cloth. Closely, carefully. Okay, now fill the water till the top again. That much we do, no issues, whatsoever. Fill हाँ टोटल आउरी अच्छी टिके दियो अधिका है पोछि दो टिके it is completely filled. Now wipe again. These are the minor major precautions we should take during the experiment because it can alter the results. Okay, now the pycnometer has soil sample of 500 grams and rest space is filled up with distilled water. So we will take the weight of this pycnometer having sample plus distilled water and note down the weight or in our tabulation. Take the weight. You can see the weight is coming 1.880 kg or 1880 grams. We can write it down here. Mass of the pycnometer containing sample plus filled with distilled water. It is 1880 grams. Now next step is to remove the water and the sample into a dried enamel tray and empty the pycnometer. Now hold. Carefully do this. We'll completely empty the pycnometer, taking care of the remaining residue inside it. You can watch the procedure. You should take care of that no sand is replaced or wasted anywhere else other than this enamel tray. You should pour all the contents of the pycnometer inside this only. Nothing should go outside. Still something is remaining. You have to take care. You have to wash properly and empty this here. Now we cleaned the pycnometer completely and fill it with distilled water to the top, and will then take its weight. Special care should be taken that no water should come outside. If something come outside, then wipe it down with a dried cloth. You can see it is completely filled up to this point. Now take its weight. We have to drain out this water from this soil sample and dry out in an oven. So this process is called decantation. We can see पानी को धीरे ताठो बाहर करियार अछि. जो रिमेनिंग जो सैंड रहिला ताकू ओवन रे ड्राई करियार अछि. प्लस आउ गोटे जिनस रही देखा जाए पानी रे किछि सैंड भी मिसिकी अच्छी ताकू भी आमको सेपरेट करिया को पड़िबो. फॉर दैट वी हैव टू यूज फिल्टर पेपर and measuring flask. It will be separated, but the quantity will be very small, like 1 2 3 grams, but still that is very important. Okay, now it is completely decanted. Means mostly water is poured into this. No. Now we have to place it inside the oven for 24 hours, and tomorrow after 24 hours we will take the dried weight, which is D noted in our column, in our tabulation. We keep it there. No need to do. Keep it as it is inside the oven. You can see inside the oven we are placing it for 24 hours, keeping the oven switching the oven on. Close the oven. After 24 hours we'll take the reading. Now the decanted water is filtered through the filter paper arrangement, so that remaining some amount of sand which has been in a colloidal state or floating in this water will be collected in the filter paper. We'll do it slowly. It takes quite some time. We have to wait for it. do step means phase by phase, small amount of water, adding small amount of water. You can see some amount of soil is being collected in the filter paper. Then this soil will be added to that oven sand, and collectively they will be weighed to after 24 hours. You have to pour a small amount of water at a time, not all. You can see small particles which will be collected here. We will take it to there. Filter paper, we can see the filter paper, the amount of soil is collected. We have to add it to that previously collected sand sample, and this much we have to leave it for drying, and after 24 hours we have to weight the total sample, what will be the weight, and we should note it down as D. See the readings. This is 500 grams mass of saturated sulfate sample, mass of picnometer containing sample plus filled with distilled water at 1880 grams. Mass of picnometer filled with distilled water only, B, it is 1560 gram. Previously it was wrongly noted as 1420. It is not wrong. We checked again. The picnometer was not filled completely in the first test, so it is 1560 gram. Now mass of oven dried sample is after 24 hours it came to be 482 grams. So specific gravity can be calculated as like this. This is coming the specific gravity of sand. Okay, this must be specific gravity. Another thing is there is a apparent specific gravity, which is we can change the notation from D by C minus A minus B to D by D. That will be apparent specific gravity. In place of C, we just put dry mass, then it will be apparent specific gravity. So specific gravity of a material or engineering construction material is very important, as we can have an idea. Also, in technical terms, in mixed design of concrete, specific gravity of sand is very much important, as the quantity of sand can be calculated with the help of this specific gravity. Thank you.